Hello, welcome back once again. This is the second part of the point of sale system in Microsoft Access. In part 1, we created the tables that we would need in our point of sale application. We are going to continue the rest, but before then, I forgot to add the last table that's going to manage the stock movement, or like adding stocks to the product. I'll go to create, go to tables, then go to the design view. So this one is going to be stock movements. All right, then I have to add the field names. So the first one will be stock movement ID, that's going to go to a number. Then product ID, that one is going to be a number. Then the next item is going to be movement type, that's going to be short text. Quantity is going to be a number, and the last one is going to be movement date, that's going to be a date and time. So let me close this one. Yes, then we go to relationships, then go to add table, then you click, you double click. Let me leave it the user. There's another way or another method. Instead of using this one, you can just click and drag, and that is it. So now that we have all the tables in the relationships window, we are now going to create the relationships. I'll just drag and drop this one on the product ID, select enforce referential integrity. Then the next one, we come to this one, sales ID, and we have sales. Do we have sales here? All right, so sales details has sales ID. That one too will be linked to the sales table. Then we come here, we have product ID here, so that one too will be linked to the product ID. All right, let me arrange it properly so that it will be clearer. Okay, now the last one, looking at, we have user ID, and when we look at the sales table, we have user ID here. So user ID should be linked to the user ID, create referential integrity, and that is it. So we are done with creating the relationships. Let's close this one. Yes, we want to save. So the next item we are going to do is to create our queries, because we have to create some queries to track some products, the low stock and the rest. So the first query we will create is low stock product. Alright, so let's go to create. Then we go to query. Like I said, or I promised in the first video, I want to finish this tutorial in this video. I don't want part 3 to come. So because of that, this one we are going to use SQL statements, because we are not going to use the normal SQL that you've been creating. That will be drag and dropping, double clicking, and the rest. No, this one we are going to write the SQL statement by ourselves. But if I'm to write everything, I don't think I'll be able to finish the video finish the tutorial in this video. So what I've done is that I've written all the statements somewhere. I'm going to copy and paste it. So as you are watching, you pause it, you just study it, and we go our way, so that I'll be able to finish it. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So we will close this one. Then we come up here, click on the SQL. So I'm going to copy the statement and paste it here. So I'll just press Ctrl V to paste. Now let me run to see if it does not give us error. Then it means the code is working. It is asking products.stock quantity. It means it's not finding. Let's go to our products. is quantity. There's no stock here. All right. So where product dot, but before then, let me explain how it works. This one is say we are selecting products, product ID from product table. Then we are selecting product name from product table. Then we are selecting quantity, not stock quantity. So let me do away with the quantity. We are selecting quantity from product table, and we are selecting where order level from product table. That's it. So select all these ones from product. Where products dot stock, where from the stock quantity. The first project I did for someone, I was using stock quantity. That's why the stock quantity is confusing me like that. Where product dot quantity is less than or equal to where order level. All right, now when we open, it is working. Since it didn't give us error, it means it is what? Working. Now you save it and give it a name. Low stock product. Low stock product. Let me say Q. That's query. Okay, then we close it. When we open this one, because we don't have any lower stock, that's why we are having empty. But when we add products to the products table, we'll be able to get some values there. All right, the next query we are going to create is the receipt query. Yes, because at the end of the day, we have to get receipt for customers. And you go to create query design. Let's close this one. Then go to SQL like we did for the first. I'm going to copy, come and paste. So now Control V to paste. So here too, I'm going to walk you through how the statement works. Here we are going to select sales ID. Why we add, we first write the table name before the field name, is that sometimes the names may appear. Looking at quantity, product is having quantity, sales details is having quantity, and I think stock movement too is having what? Quantity. So if we don't specify the quantity we are talking about, that it will create there will be a conflict. All right, so here we are selecting sales ID, sales date from sales, then users. The users, we don't want the username, but we want the full name. Because looking at the users table, we have user ID, full name, username, and password. We want the full name to appear on the receipt. But if your own, you want the username to appear on the receipt, instead of selecting full name, select user name. Yes, so here it will be users.username. But me, I want the full name to appear on the receipt. So that one, we don't want the title or the label to be full name. We want the label to be what? Cashier. So it will appear as what? Cashier. Yes, then you select, you go to the sales details table, you select product ID there, then we select product name from the product table, you select quantity. So you see now we have quantity too on the sales details. So you select quantity from the sales details, you select subtotal from the sales details, then we select total amount from the sales table, payment method from the sales table, amount paid from the sales table, and balance from what? The sales table. So from here, these are the tables we selected and the joining, the linking. So from users, inner join, we are joining users to the sales, Remember, when we are creating the relationships, we joined the user ID to the user ID on the sales table. Then we come here, the sales details to we join the product ID in the sales details to the product ID, and the like here it is clear here. So product ID, product ID is equal to sales details dot product ID. All right, now on sales ID, sales ID is equal to sales details dot what? Sales ID, and user ID is equal to sales dot user ID. This is what we did when we were creating the relationships. So I think it is clearer. You can pause the video, study it well, then we proceed so that I'll be able to finish everything in this video. Now I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as well. Source received kill. Press on OK. Syntax error. There's an error here. Users.full name. Let me open it and see. Syntax error in join operation. The join from alright, the users is not L or L user. No, it should be users. So let me alright, now let me run it and see. Yes, it is now working. Yeah, there was an error somewhere, so Control S to save. Okay, and we are done. The next query we are going to create, I think that will be our last query, is going to be the stock history. Yes, there should be a query to track the stock. That will be adding. Yes, because the product will get finished and we have to add more products. So that's what we are going to, the query we are going to create, that's what it is going to monitor or track. Alright, so we'll go to create, then we come to query design. Let me close this one. Then come to SQL. As usual, I'm going to copy and bring it here. So I'll press Ctrl and V to paste. Yes, so this one too, we are selecting movement date from stock movement, then product name from products table, quantity from stock movement. You can see that the quantity, we are meeting it several times. That's why you have to add the table's name before you add the field name. Yes. Now then we come to movement type from stock movement. We are selecting from, so this one we are dealing with two tables, the stock movement table and the products table. So from stock movement, inner join products is saying on stock movement dot product ID is equal to products dot product ID. That's what we did when we are creating the relationships. Yes, so you can pause the video, study it well, then we continue. Then order by stock movements dot movement date. This one we are sorting. Yes, so we are sorting the movement date in descending order. The DESC means descending order. Let me run. Yes, it didn't give us error. It means our statement is all right. Let me save it and give it a name. Stock history. Stock history kill. Good. So now that we are done with the queries, we are going to create our login form. Yes, we are going to create the login form. We will go to create, go to form design. Here, let me add a text box. This one is going to be txt username. The label is going to be, the caption is going to be username. I don't want to spend my time in the design since I want us to finish the video, the tutorial in this video. So I'll not spend my time in designing. As for the table design, I have to get one video to, okay, so I'm going to make a copy, and here this one is going to be tst password, and the label is going to be password. Good. Now the password, come to data, input mask, just enter password, so that whatever you enter here. Now let me add a button to login. Cancel this one. So the button login, and the caption, okay, the name should be btn login. Let me open it and you see. Yes, so the password, when you enter it, it will be masked to be marked. Let's go to the design view. Now I'm going to add the VBA code to this one. So let me alright, so we go to event, on click, I'll double click here, then I'll click on the three dots. So here's where we are going to paste our code. I'm going to copy the code and come and paste it here. Now I'll paste it here. Good. So that's how the code works. Here we declared some variable, like if you are someone who have been following me right from day one, this one wouldn't be any new thing to you because you've been doing it over and over. But for the sake of new visitors or newcomers, let me take you through. Here we are declaring a variable, so we have to declare a variable. The first one is DB. We are declaring DB as the DAO database. These are the variables we declared. Declare first one DB, RS, SQL, user ID, and full name. So the variables contain values, so we have to assign values to them. So the DB, we assign it to the current database. That's the database we are working on. That's what the point of sale system we are currently working on. Then SQL, this is not different from the queries we created. So the SQL means we are selecting user ID, full name from users, that's users table, where username, that's the username in the users table is equal to the TS username, that's the username we will enter in the login form, and password in the users table is equal to the password that we will enter in the login form. Yes, so this SQL is getting the username and the password from the users table. Then it will compare it to what we will enter in the login form to see if it is the same. Then it will open our point of sale system for us. If they are not the same, then it will not work. All right, so we've stored that value in the SQL. Now we have to set RS, that's the record source. The source of the record is where we've already stored the source of the record in the SQL. That's why the SQL is in the parentheses. Now we come, so if the username and the password that any user enters in the login form, it is not inside the users table, then it will we get a message but saying incorrect username or password. The other videos VB, I'll try to add comments and the comment will speak for me. It's like I'm talking too much. All right, now here we have to assign a value to the user ID here. The user ID we declared and the full name we declared. So the user ID is equal to the user ID, that's rs.user_id, that's the user ID we stored in the SQL. Yes, and the full name is equal to this one. The full name is equal to the full name is stored in the SQL. Now remember the term verse. The term verse we are going to use to store the user ID and the full name that users will enter. When we are done, we have to close the login form. Me.name is the same as the name. Me.name is the same as the form in which you are. But if you become confused, just enter the name of the form. That's login form. Yes, so that is it. Then we open FRM source. So here is going to be the source form. Let me remove the FRM. Here is going to be the source form. Yes, the source form, because the source form we've not created it yet. So I'm going to create that one for us to check. Now when we are done, let me save it. This one is going to be log in. Login, press OK. Then Alt D to check for compile it for error. There is no error. Now let me close this one and create the source form design. Let me add a label for it to this one is going to be source form. We want to test our code, the login form, whether if it is working. All right, so Control S to save source form. Press OK, then save it. Now let's log in. Okay, since we've not added any user, so let's create a form to add users, user registration form. Go to create form design, then come to data row source. Let's select users, then add existing fields, select everything, then let me adjust it a bit. So here, this one to be here, this one will be here, and this one will be here. All right, so I don't want to spend my time. Let me add a button to save. This one I'm just going to add a normal button. Let me cancel it. Come to properties. Let's say save. btn save. Go to event, double click, go to this three dots, those cmd save msg box. If you want to add a message box, say saved successfully. Then this one, the title, let's say success. All right, so I want to make everything fast. Simple. Save it. And this one is going to be users. All right, close it. Now let me open. So the full name, DoWithMe, username, DoWithMe, the full name. Let me separate password ASDF123. The row is going to be the manager. All right, now we save it. All right, so the save, let me right click, go to builder event. So after the message box, it should go to new record. So do cmd dot go to record ac new record. All right, save it. All right, so now let's come to login. The login, do with me, the SDF123. Then we go to login. All right, so it means our code is now working. The next item, or what we are going to do, is to create the sales details form. So let me close this one. We are going to create a sales detail form, but before then, let's create that one. Let's create that one. Then we go to the source form itself. Go to create form design. Then we go to data row source. We select sales details. All right. Then we come to add existing fields. Select product ID up to subtotal. Click on it. Now we want it to be a tabular, so select that one. Then we just go up. Let me change the color, the font the color to be black. Good. Now let's bring it up. And all right, so the product, let me increase the space, quantity, price, subtotal. Let me now here I'm going to convert this one to combo box. Yes, so select that one, then go to change to combo box. All right, and I'll select it. Let's go to form design, then come to properties. So come to data, then the row source I'm going to copy. But before then, let me right click, go to zoom so that it will be bigger for us to see. I'm going to copy the SQL statement that I've written. Now press Ctrl V to paste it. So this one is going to select product ID, product name, price from products, order by product name. Go to OK. Then now let's see. All right, there's no product. We've not added product here. That's why nothing is showing. Let's go to the design view, then come to the quantity. Yes, because but before then, let's add some products to the products table. The product name, let me open it. So the product name is going to be, then the category should be drinks, the price, the quantity should be, let's say 12. The row order level should be 10. Yes, the row order level, it means when the items is level 10, it should alert the cashier or the user that you know your items or your products, they are going down. The next one is going to be the category is what? Biscuits. And this one too is B and 24. This one too, the row order level should be 12. Then the next item is category soap, is going to be 18, and the row order level is going to be, the quantity is 12, and the row order level is, let's say 10. All right, it's okay. Let's maintain this one and we see. So now when we come to the sales detail subform, let's open it and we see. So when we click on here, all right, so here you can see that it's only the ID that is showing. Only the ID that is showing. We don't want that way. We want the name of the product to show. We come to format, then we come to the column count. Instead of 1, let's make it 2, and the column width, make it 0 and 2. Good. So let's save it. So details sub form. Okay, so now let's go back and see. So when we select this one, you can see that the product name is showing, but in the SQL statement we selected the product ID, the product name, and the price, but it's only the product that is showing. Now let's go back, because looking at data, looking at the SQL statement, we selected the product ID, product name, price, and here we go to the format. Instead of 2, let's make it 3. So here should be 0121, 01 or 03 and 1. All right, so now let's try it and see. Good. Now here is the product and the price. Here's the product and the price. Now we want to add a code that after we select a product, the price should be loaded automatically. The price should be loaded automatically. We go to design view, we select the product ID. Here, let me, instead of product ID, let me make it product name. Here we select it, we come to event, then we go to after update, double click here, click on the 3 dots. Now I'm going to copy the code. This one just, I'm going to press Ctrl V to paste it. So here It means after we select a product, the unit price should be equal to, look at the price from the product table where product ID is equal to what is selected. In the this one should be product ID instead of CBO product ID. Good. So now let's go and try it and see. Click on save, close this one, then you close this one. Let's open it. So we select Don Simon, automatically the unit price has been selected. When we select different one, but you see in this one only one product is showing because the form we didn't choose, or we didn't change it to continuous form. Go to the design view. Let me undo it. Go to the design view, then we come to format, the single form. I'll double click to make it continuous form. So when we open now, when we select Simon, you see now it is now working. So a new field has been created. So we have to select a quantity. When we select a quantity, then the subtotal should work. So we are going to, let's undo it. Go to the design view, then come to quantity. So the quantity to, when we change the quantity, whether we increase it or decrease it, that's after update. I'll double click, go to the design view. Let's go for the code. But before we go for the code, let's go to, because this one we are going to use, the code is going to cater for the sales form, and we cannot cater for the sales form where the sales form does not exist. So let's go and create the sales form, and we come back to the subform to continue. Now let me close this one. Let me close it and close it. Yes. Now go to create a new form. Just form design. Come to data. Then select source as record source. Go to add existing. Then this one I'm going to select everything. I'll select everything and bring them here. So the first item is going to be the user ID. The user ID should be here. And let me select all. Make sure I adjust some one or two things here. Though I say I don't want to focus much on the form design, but yes, so there are certain things. So user ID. Then I'm going to add a text box to cater for the username. Username, or rather cashier. This one TST username. Good. Now put it here. Sales ID should be here. Sales date should be here. Total amount, this one, let me alright, now the sales ID, come down here. You have total amount to be here. Then we have payment. The payment, let's open it. Payment mode should be here. Amount paid should be here. And the balance to should be here. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to add a button, 2 buttons. Let me cancel it. This one is going to be btn print received. Then the caption is going to be print receipt. I'm going to make a copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. This one is going to be complete sales, and this one is going to be btn complete sales. All right, so this one I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to place another one too here. I'll Ctrl S to save. So already we have the source form, but let me close this one. Let me delete it since we now have the original source form. So Ctrl S, source form, then press OK. Good. Now let's log in. DoWithMe. Here's DF. Then go to login. Right now our code is working and our form 2 is here. Yes. So now let's go to the design view. Let me push this one to the right a bit. All right. So save it. The payment method, let me see. Good. It's working. It's working. Now let's go to the design view. We want the user ID and the username, the full name to appear when the user logs in or open the source form. So we go to, this one is user ID, this one is TST user name. So we go to click here, go to event, go to unload, that's form load, double click, then click on the 3 dots. So here we are going to say user ID is equal to temp vars user ID, then txt username is going to be temp vars full name. All right, temp, there's a temp vars. All right, save it. Yes, then close it. It's saved. We close it. Now let's try and see if it will work. So here we have DoWithMe. Here's DF123. Then we go to login. Right now, you can see that the user ID is here and the cashier name. The cashier, the name is now here. It means our main form is what? Working. Let's close this one. So now we come back to the source details subform. Go to the design view. So the quantity after update, you come to after update, double click, you click here, then we come to, I'm going to copy the code and come and paste it here. So Control V to paste it. All right, so here these are the variables that we've declared. I'm not going to talk about it much. Then you see now I've added some comments to it so that the talking will be too much. will be reduced. Yes, the first one we are going to calculate subtotal. The subtotal, so mean the subtotal is equal to, we are multiplying the quantity by the unit price, then the total amount to, here the mean dot parent here is the sales details form, that the subform. We are going to add it to the sales form. So when we add it to the sales form, it means the sales form will be the parent form and the sales details subform will be the child form. That's why you see the mean dot parent. That's what it means. So the total amount is on the, let's go to the sales form. The sales form, this is the total amount, looking at the name. So this one is on the sales form. Yes, that's why we are referring to as the parent, right? So the mean dot parent, we are referring to the sales form. Total amount is equal to the sum. We are going to sum the subtotal, or the subtotal from the sales details, where sale ID is equal to main dot parent dot sales ID, where the sales ID in the sales detail is equal to sales ID in the sales form. All right, now we come here. We ensure balance update dynamically. When sales, like when we add products to the sales the subform, I think I have to add the subform here. So I'm just going to select this one. Let me close here. I'll come to the VBA. So let me close it. In the meantime, let me close this one too. Yes, I want to save it. Now I'm going to add, I'll drag and come and drop it here. Let me do away with the label. So here I'll bring it here. And I'll pull it to the end, bring it down, and I'll bring this one too down. Now come to format. The horizontal anchor, double click to make it both. Vertical anchor, make it what? Both. Now when we come to data, because the source ID can be found on both tables, that's why the links have been created automatically. Now when we open it, now here it is. Let's close it. Let me view it. So there's no space here. So let's open it a bit. Good. Now you can see. So when we talk of the parent, this is the quantity. When we update the quantity, automatically the total amount should update. Because now when we select a product here, when we select the product, the price will update. So when we update the quantity, the subtotal should update, and when the subtotal update, the total amount too should update. Then the balance too should update. That's what it literally means. That's the issue that I've been talking. That's what it literally means. So the update, when we update the quantity will be multiplied by the unit price, and we get the subtotal. So the subtotal, it should refer it like it should appear here, because the total amount should calculate or sum all the subtotals here. Then the balance will be the amount paid. You subtract this one, the total amount from the amount paid, then that will be the balance. This one is mathematics, so let's try and copy it. Now go to close. Yes, go to subform, then select the quantity event after update. So that's what I was trying to mean. So the total amount is equal to, we are going to sum all the subtotal from sales details, where sales ID is equal to sales ID in the sales form. All right, now it ensures that the balance updates dynamically. So when the quantity is updated, the balance too is going to be the amount paid. Then we subtract the total amount from it. Good, that is it. Now here you get the selected product ID. Now when we come to the low stock, this one is this is a variable. This low stock, that's the variable we declared up here. We are going to use it to check the quantity of products. When the products become or get to the reorder level, the low stock variable should alert us. So the low stock here, where is it? Yes, the low stock, you are looking at the stock quantity. Let me do away. It's quantity from products where product ID is equal to. So here, this is the quantity. So the product name, look at the product name, product. That's why I've already done it. So when we come, if low stock, so this is the condition. If low stock is less than the order level, then message box warning product name is running. That's the product in which we want to add is running low on stock. Yes, so what this code means is that if, let's say, the Simon, the total quantity is 12, but the raw order level is 10. So if someone comes and say, the person says he or she is buying 12, it means after he or she is buying 5, it means when we deduct the 5 from the 12, it will be left with 7. So the 7 is less than the raw order level, the low, the raw order level. That's where this code will prompt us that no. Now the quantity left is less than the raw order level, so concentrate. Alright, that is it. So now let's check for errors. There's no error. Now let's save it. I will save it and we close it. Good. So now I think we are done with the details subform. Let's close this one. Now we go to the source form. I think we are going to complete it from there. Yes, but before then, let's go back to the source details subform. I'll right click and we go to the design view. Now in a situation whereby users enter quantity of product that is more than what we have at stock or what we have in stock, then that one, let's say the remaining quantity is 5 but someone is buying 7 or 8, that one it won't work. So we have to write a code to cater for that one. Yes, and that's what we are going to use. We select the quantity and we are going to use before update to cater for that one. So here is the before update. You double click, you click on the 3 dots and we just go for our code. So here we paste this one here. Now this is what this code is. As for the variable, available variable as integer. So available variable, we just looking at we fed the quantity from products where product ID is equal to me.product. So if me.quantity is greater than available stock, then message box not enough stock available. You only have that's the number. So here the number of available stock will be displayed left, then cancel is what true. So here it will have to reverse it back. All right, now we are done with the subform. Let's close it. Let's close this one and save it. Now let's go to the sales form and go and continue from there. Now here we are going to total amount paid. Yes, after everything, when we are done with adding products, the total amount will be loaded and we have to pay to the customer has to pay. So we are going to add code to the amount paid after the customer has paid, what should happen? So select that one. We go to after update, double click here, click on the three dots, then you paste the code here. Alright, so here the after update, Ctrl V to paste it. So here it means main.balance is equal to amount paid minus what? Total amount. Save it, close it. The next item we are going to look at is to print receipt. Yeah, to print receipt, but we've not created the report for receipt. So let's go and create the report for receipt first. Now, let me close this one. Go to create. Then come to report design. Let me use the design. And here the row source, come to data. The record source is going to be for, that will be sales receipt, yes. And I'll come to add existing fields. I'm going to add a text box here. I'm going to add a text box here. But here, remember, the name of the company or the name of the shop or whatever you have will appear here, the name, the address, and the rest. Yes, so you can add the name and the address and the rest. So here is going to be cashier, and this one is going to be, let's go to properties. You can add it to the control source here, but you can also enter it here. So this one is going to be temp vars full name. All right, now let's see. Temp vars, yeah, incorrect spelling. Temp vars full name. Good. You can see that now it has fetched our full name here. All right. So now let me add the other fields to it. Now here, so we have sales date. Sales date will be here. Then we have the product name. Then we have quantity, yes, quantity, subtotal, yeah, or subtotal will come. But let me add the price too. Will that be price? Yes, the price should show. Where is the price? That name, subtotal. Oh, we didn't add a price here, so we have to go and add it here. We have to go and add it. Now let's go to sales receipt, and here we have sales details.product ID, sales date.quantity. Then let's add the price here. So here will be sales details dot unit price. This one, less as you have to give a name to it as price. All right, now let me run it. So we are now have price here. Save it. Then we have a price here. Then subtotal. All right, now we want this one to be in a tabular. Format, let's make it black. I think 12 is okay. Yes, since we are not since we are not spending much time. All right, good. Now let's bring it up. Now here we have payment method. You come here, payment method will be here. This one depends on the way you want it to be. So this one, your creativity will come in here. Payment method will be here. Then total amount will be here. Amount paid will be here, and balance will be here. Good. Yeah, let me make it stacked so that it will be uniform. Stacked. Come to arrange, narrow. Okay. To me change the color. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to save it and say sales received R, that's report. Yes. So okay, now let's wait and see. All right, since if not done any, okay, let me add a label to it so that it will be, this one is sales received. Let's make it right to go down a bit, and these ones will come down. Let me increase the size to, let's say, 24. Okay, make it bold. Fit. Middle. Yes, since I'm not spending much time with the design, think I'll take it like that. Let me change the color here. Black. Make this one 12. So I'll save it. Now let's look at the sales details. There's nothing here. The sales to, all right, so the first one, if not, we've not added anything. Now let's go to the sales form. So the sales form is select a product. Now let's see. So now the unit price has been added. So this one, let's make it 3 and see. All right, now it is working. So the subtotals 135. Looking at total amount has been automatically loaded. The balance to, since you've not paid anything, the balance is what? Let me add another product, geisha. Let's make it 5. So let's see if this one will be updated. Automatically it has been what? Updated. So this one were added and the balance too has been updated. Let's come here. This one too should be 7. Now can see that automatically it has been what? Updated. We didn't add any code to the print button. But now let's select a payment method. It's cash and the amount paid 260. So let's say 300 was paid. Now wow, it is now working. So looking at it, when we subtract, now the balance is what? 40 cedis. That's the balance, and it means our form is working now. Let's go and add a print code, select this one, come to the event, on click, double click. Let's go and get the code and let's go to the VBA. Yes, and go for the code. Now Control V to paste it. All right, now looking at it, it means if the source ID is not empty, then you have to open the report. This one should be source receipt. Let me check the name. Source receipt R. So let's go back to the code. This one, source receipt R, where source ID is equal to, where the source ID in the source form, the source details form is the same as the source ID in the source form. So if that one doesn't exist, then say no source selected. Please select a source to print. All right. Now let's check for errors. There's an error here. Let me. All right. Now let me save this one and check for error again. No error. Let me add the last code to the complete sales source. Now I'll come to on click, double click, click on the 3 dots. I'll go for the code. I'm going to paste this one too. I'll paste it here. Then looking at it here, if it is now total amount, so if no customer has not paid any amount, then say no product added. You have to save it. After saving, then as for this one, I will not talk much there because we know them. You have to select everything from source details, where source ID is equal to what? Mean of source ID. Then we have to update products. Set stock quantity. This stock quantity is like everywhere I pass, it is there. It's equal to, so where quantity, we are updating products. The products table where quantity is equal to quantity minus RS, that is the quantity we got here. So minus the quantity the customer is buying, we have to subtract it from it. Where product ID is equal to the product ID in the products table. All right. Now you come here, after everything is successful, you should get a message was saying completed successfully. If nothing happened, it will not work. Now you have to refresh the form. For the refreshing, you can just say me.refresh or me.requery, but to be on the safer side, just close the form, open the form at the same time, and you are safe. Let me save it. Let me check for errors. No error here. Save it. And now I'm going to create a list box to check for low stock products. Yes, low stock product. So I'm going to extend this one here. Then let me bring this one to this side. All right, so I'll go to form design. Then I'll come and select the list box. There's the list box. Click on it. You draw something here. Let me cancel it because we are going to use else SQL statement to get our list. But let me give it a name. So we give it a name. Go to other. Then we give it a name. LST low stock. LST low stock. Then we go to data. Then row source. Yes, the row source. I'll right click. Go to the zoom. So I'm going to get the SQL statement and I'll paste it here. So Control V to paste. So here we are selecting product name. This stock quantity. Product name. The quantity from products where quantity is less than or equal to reorder level. Yes, so this one will help us to track for low stock quantity. All right, now let me save it. Yes, I'm going to open it and we will see. Open it, go to do with me, then SDF 1 2 3. Good. Now here it is. So when, let me work on this one. This one, select this one, come to format, then we come to the vertical, say both. All right, and this one to, instead of the horizontal, let me say left, and we see. All right. So now now that we've already added some product in it, so I'll go to print receipt. Wow, now here comes our receipt. So now the cashier, the date, since the date is a long one showing the date and time, now the product, the quantity, the price, and subtotal, and looking at it, the total amount is this one, amount paid, and the balance is what, 40. That is it. Let's close it. When we click on complete sales, completed successfully, there's an error. The form name FRC. Oh, this one should be sales form. This one to the same thing. That's why I copy and paste. I don't like it. I don't know, but because I don't want this video to be long, I'm doing copy and paste, and look at the way I'm struggling here. All right, so save it. Complete sales. Now looking at this one, these are the low stock products. When we made sales, now it means their product has been, their quantity has been reduced. Let me close it and we go and check. So let's open the products table. Now here the order level, the order level is 10. Now 11 was 6. Ken Cracker, the order level is 12. 11. Geisha, the order level is what, 10. 2. That's why they are all showing. So now when we come to the low stock products, you can see that now they are all showing. Good. It means our code is working. Then stock history, we've not added stock. We are going to add our last form, that is the stock form, and that's what we are going to do. So go to create and go to form design. Now go to add combo box. Where is the combo box? Add that one, cancel it. So here is going to be product, select product, or let's say product. Then this one is going to be CBO product. Then we make the format to be black, here to be 12. Then we add a text box, add it. Here should be quantity. Right click, let's go to, I have to spend my time in the design. All right, so here I'm going to give it a name, txt quantity. Let's change the color. I'm going to add a button. So the button, I'll put it here and I'll give it a name, btn add stock, and the caption is going to be add stock. And here I'm going to add another list box here that will track the stock or the products the stock will be adding. Yes, so I'll go to create another list box, select that one, then create it. cancel, because we are going to use SQL statement. Come to vertical and call, let's say both. Right now, I'll give it a name. LST stock history. Then come to data, row source. I'll right click, go to zoom so that it will be clearer. Then let me go and copy a statement and come and paste. So control V to paste it. Now here too, we are selecting movement date from stock movements, then product name from product, quantity from stock movement type from stock movement. Then these are the relationships, like the joinings, the links that we've already talked about. So go to OK, and now let's go to the list box. Let me do away with the label. Then the button, the add stock button, come to event, double click, then go to the VBA. So let's go and bring the code here. So now control V to paste. Seeing how long this code is. Yes, so just imagine if I'm to type this code in one video, imagine how long the video would be. Alright, so now here these are the variables we have declared. The DB, that's the current database. Then SQL, this is what we use to get our data from the tables. Then the product ID, the quantity to add, that's the product ID, you'll use it to store a value. Then the quantity to add, to use it to store a value. So this one is to check for null fields, like if nothing is entered into product ID. So if it is null or if not entered anything, then there is the message box, please select a product. Then when we come to the next one, this one to if quantity, nothing has been entered into quantity, then this one, let me check what. So this one is what? TST quantity. Alright. So if nothing has been entered into quantity, or the quantity is less than or equal to 0, then you have to enter a valid quantity. Alright. Now we have to store a value to the product ID variable that we created up here. So this one is equal to, we are assigning the CBO product. This one, we are assigning this one, the CBO product, to the product ID. Then the TST quantity, we assign it to the variable we declared. So here, that's what we are assigning it to the CBO product, and the quantity to add, we assign the TST quantity to it. Now, these are the conditions. You have to ensure product ID is valid. So if product ID is equal to 0, it means if nothing has been entered, then message box will be invalid product selection. Please select a valid product. Now we come to open the database. Set the DB to current database. That's what we are working on. And here are the SQL statement. We have to update product. Set stock quantity. So you have to set the quantity to is equal to quantity plus what? Quantity to add. So the quantity we enter in the stock form should be added to the quantity we have in the product table. That is it. Alright, but it's not any product, but the where the product ID is equal to the product ID in the CBO. Yes, the CBO product. Now when we come here, we have to log stock movement in stock movement. Here too, we have to make sure we insert the product ID, movement type, quantity, movement date inside into the stock movement. So these are the code. Please just pause. You can pause it and you just go through it. Now we come to the next one. Here, insert record into stock. The stock too, we have to make sure you insert record into stock. So we are going to insert into stock. That's product ID, quantity added, and date added. That's what we are going to insert. The values we are going to add, they are the CBO product, the quantity add, and the date. That's the time now. All right, now You have to confirm its success. That's a message box. When everything is successful, say stock updated successfully. VB, this one, VB information is success. Then me.lst stock history dot requery. Yes, we have to make sure the list box refreshes to make sure that everything it is displaying the stock we've added. Then when we are done with that, the CBO product should be empty, the quantity should be what? Empty. Then go to DCMD, go to record, new record. You have to open a new chapter for that. Alright, so that is it. Let's check for errors. No error. Now save it. This one is going to be stock entry. Go to OK, and that is it. So now let's try to see. Now if you open the source form, you can see that we have empty, and we have some low stock quantity products here. Yes, low stock products here, which tells us that yes, some of the products they are under the reorder level, so we have to add more stock to it. All right, but let's go to the sales form again. Now when we open, you can see that when we open the previous sales is still showing, which you don't want it that way. So we just go to design view, then we come to data. Here, come to data entry, should be what? Yes. All right, should be yes. And again to the list box, you can see that when we open it, it is only showing the product, but it's not showing the remaining quantity. We have to work on it. We select that one. We come to format, the column count. Let's select, but before then, let's go to data. Right click, go to zoom. So we selected product name, that's number one, and quantity. Yes, so the product and quantity, we selected 2. So we go to format, make here 2, and when we come to the width, let's say select 4 and what? 1. Now let's see. All right, now the quantity is showing. You can add a label at the top here. Here will be product, and here too will be what? Quantity. That is it. There we go our way. Now let's go to the stock. The stock entry. Let's go to the design view. Select this one. Come to data. Then right click. Go to zoom. So here you select stock, date, name, product name, quantity, movement type. So we are selected what? 4. So it means we have to, because here when we open it, you only see. Let's go to the design view. Like here, it should show. Okay, we've not added any product. So select this one. All right, we have to work on the product ID to get the product from. So you select this. You select the product ID, the product combo. Then we come to row source. So the row source, right click, go to zoom. We are going to get the SQL statement there. So yeah, press Ctrl V to paste it. So here we are selecting product ID from product ID and product name from products ordered by product name. Okay, we come to format. Here we don't need the ID, we only need the name, product name. Make here 2, and here let's make it 3. 0 and 3. 0, because we don't want to show the product ID. All right, now I think yes. So let's select the product. This one is Don Simon. So quantity, how many or what quantity are we adding? Let's say 6. Then we add it. Say added. Now look at it. It is now showing here. But looking at this one is only showing the time, the date and time, which is not the case because there are 4 items or 4 informations we want to show, display. So let's go to the design view. Then here, let me expand this one a bit. So come to format. So the format, make it 4 because we are showing 4 items. This one is going to be 3, 3, 3, and let's say 1. All right, and let's try and see. Good. So here we have the date, the product, the quantity, and the movement type. So the movement type, let me, so here should be 3, 3, 1, 1, and this one should be 3. So now let's see. All right, now it means everything is working. Let's add another one to Geisha. Let me add it, let's say 2. Then when I add to stock, good. Now looking at it at the time, let me expand it a bit. So the time, the first one, let's make it 4. Let's do it. Good. So now looking at it, the latest update should appear at the top. All right, now let me add another one. Cane cracker. This was the quantity. Let's make it 3. When I add it, all right. Now let me close this one. When we come to the low stock product, now it left it only 1. That's the Geisha. That is quantity is 4 and the raw order level is what, 10. But when we go to the product, when we open the product, initially the Simon was under low raw order level, but now it is now 10. Cane cracker 2, it was under, cane cracker 2 was under raw order level, now it is now 14. But I love it, Geisha. Now let's try to see if it is indeed working. The Geisha is 4 under 10. Let's go to the stock entry, select Geisha. Let me add 5 to it. So when I say add it, okay, close this one. So now you can see that Geisha has now become what, 9. So that is it. That is it for our point of sale system. I have tried as much as I can to make the video to become one, but this is where time has brought us. So I'll end here. So if you have any question, any suggestion, any contribution, kindly put it at the comment section and I'll do my best to explain to you. Please take your time, give a pause wherever there's a code, pause, follow it, and at the end of the day you will be able to do your complete point of sale system. But before I go, we created stock history query. That one, when we open it, could see that these are the stock that we've added. So this one, in case maybe you want to create a report for that, you can create it to track the products you've added. In that case, let me go to yes. This is just a simple report, so I will use the report wizard. Go to create, come to report wizard, you click on it, then you select stock history queue. Yes, I want to add everything. Go to next. Then this one, it says, do you want to add any groupings? If you want to group them, you can choose, you can do so. So let's go to next. Then if you want to sort it, here too you can sort it. Next. Then we have the layout. We have columnar, we have tabular. But this one we will choose a tabular, and the orientation we will choose portrait. Yes, the landscape, this one, because our records, because the records are not many, we will just select portrait instead of landscape. But if the records become many, then that one landscape will be the best option. Let's go to next, then come to finish. Here you have to give it a name, stock history R report. Yes, go to finish, and here comes our stock history report. You can go to, let me close the print preview, and when we come to the design view, you select this one. Let me, this one is the movement date. As for the date, it's a longer one, so it needs enough space. The movement type, this one, let me reduce it because it doesn't need much space. Okay, here will be the quantity too. Let me expand it a bit and bring it to this side. Then the product's name. Then here the date. Let me expand the date. I'll select everything. Then come to format, give it a black color. Then the header or the heading, you can just say stock history or stock movement history. Make it bold. Now let's see. All right, the date, the alignment. Let me go and work on the alignment. The alignment, let's make it format, then left justified. Let's so let's go to right first, middle, and left. Sometimes that's how it behaves. So when you do this one now, it will work. All right. Now this is it. So you can use this one to track your stock movement or the products you've added. Right click, size, fit. Now let's see again. Good. So here you can just save it. You can add your company name and other details here. But this one, since this one is for reference and for monitoring purpose, even if you don't add, no problem. Depends on yourself. You can add or you cannot. You will not. It depends on you. Now I'm going to save it. Then I will close it. Then the last report we are going to create, that is the low stock product. So far we have only one stock which is lower. Then close it. Go to, let's see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one to just feel just like the stock history. We go to create, go to report wizard, then low stock, select everything, product ID. Okay, let's select everything. Next, tabular portrait, yes, next. Then we let's go to modify because we want to modify it first. Then finish. Here, product ID, let's select everything. Then the alignment, right, middle, left. Select everything. The color, let's make it black. Then product ID, quantity, order level. So the product ID, let me reduce the size, quantity, come closer here a bit. Then the order level, let me stretch it a bit. Then this one is low stock products. Bring it closer. Good. Now this one, let's make it bold. And let's see. Alright, so now the product ID, the quantity, let's do some adjustments so that to be nice. So here the alignment, let's make it center. This one too, let's make them center so that it will be nicer. Now let's see. All right, let's close this one, then we save it. So I didn't change the name, yes, but let's come here, low stock, right click, go to rename, and this one is low stock R, not queries. This one is reports, so not R. Now when we open this one, open it this way, you see only one product. Let's go and sell users login. Do with me. When we log in, then now we have only geisha, so let's select a product, then Simon, then the quantity is going to be, now yes, we coded. When we were coding, we added a code. Okay, let me say 24. Now we come here. All right, so this is where the before update code comes in. Not enough stock available. You only have 12 left. So when we take Don Simon, the available stock is what, 12. Meanwhile, the customer wants 24. So this one will not allow. When I click on OK, it will not what allow. So let's try to ignore it. It will not allow you unless you change it. When you try to ignore it, it will not allow. But let me make it, let's say 7. Then now it has allowed. So when I go to, let's go to amount paid, the total is what, 315. So let's make it 340. Then the payment cash. When we go to print receipt, here comes the receipt. Now here just go to print and it will print. Let's close it. Go to complete sales. When we complete, now the low stock products, initially it was geisha, now Don Simon has been added. Let's close this one and we go to the report, low stock product report. Now you can see that we've gotten one addition, making them 2. So that's what I wanted to add to it. So this brings us to the end of our point of sale system. I've tried as much as I can to make this video end in this part 2. But please, if you have any suggestion, any question, any problem, any misunderstanding, any request, put them in the comment section and I'll do my best to respond to you. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe, like, share, and click on the notification bell for future tutorials. Your subscription, your sharing, and your liking, that's where I get my motivation from. So please do so for me. Until we meet again, please take care and bye-bye.